7:27, Neil Pringle here at BBC Sussex, and so to a little bit of photography. This is rather spectacular, though. Photographer from West Sussex decided not to watch the Lewes Bonfire from the excitement in the town, but went up to a hill because he wanted to do a sort of a special time-lapse film. The results are pretty stunning, and we put the results on our Facebook page today, BBC Sussex on Facebook. And Jason Reeve is based in Henfield. He specialises in time-lapse photography, and he climbed up to a ridge to take this particular one. Hello, Jason.
Morning, Neil.
There you are. You have to suffer for your art here, don't you?
A little bit, yes, a little bit.
Tell us what you did then.
Well, I actually did go into town for the bonfire celebrations, and then I had to hike it all the way up the hill, which took about an hour, longer than expected. Set up all the equipment and decided to film it from up in Opham.
Right, okay. So when you're in Opham and you're sort of sitting up there, it must be pretty dull, actually, because the camera does everything and you just sit there.
Well, there's a lot of stuff to set up and getting settings right on the camera, etc. But yeah, it can get pretty lonely sitting there for a couple of hours. And you can't touch the camera. If you touch the camera, you can ruin the footage at the end, so it's a waiting game, really.
Right, okay, fair enough. And the results, how do you know whether or not you've got something that is worthwhile? As you're watching it, do you think, oh, this is going to go really well, or do you have to wait until you sort of basically stop it and go back home?
Well, it's difficult because with photography, it's all about the light, and especially with the fireworks, they're incredibly bright. So I had to run off a few test shots with the fireworks that were happening just below me in the town at the time, and it is a bit of a guessing game, getting the settings right on your camera and checking them out, and then really pressing that button and hoping for the best.
So the particular film that we've put up, which you blogged about and we put up on our Facebook page, over what period of time does it actually cover then?
The one in Lewes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually about 2 hours, 20 minutes.
And you condensed 2 hours, 20 minutes into how long?
I think that was just over a minute, so about a minute, 50 seconds.
It's incredible, really. What's interesting, and you get a real sense in Lewes of the different bonfire societies setting off their fireworks.
That's right, yeah, you can see the bonfires lighting up across the town and then the different displays going off. And I thought it came out quite well, actually. It's the first time I've done that one in Lewes, so I'm pleased with it.
I think it looks brilliant, Jason, and people can have a look. We're doing our own this morning. You've inspired us.
Right.
Because you can get little apps on your mobile phone which will do these.
That's right, yep.
So we've done one on a mobile phone. I'm looking at it now, and it is time-lapsing. Being a time-lapse expert, Jason, is there anything we should have known before we set this up? What would your advice be for a good time-lapse?
A good time-lapse, first of all, you need a digital camera, a good sturdy tripod so as to not move the camera while it's taking photos. And really, that's about it. As you say, you can now do this stuff on your phone, which is fun, and it's a great way to get into it. And once you start time-lapsing, I guarantee you won't be able to stop.
What's your best ever time-lapse, do you think?
I think the best one I'd done was earlier this year on the island of Tenerife. I climbed up a volcano called Mount Teed, and I managed to time-lapse the clouds below me over a few hours, and they look literally like a river of cloud flowing below you. It was quite stunning.
You get amazing effects, don't you? And I love watching that. You've got some great cloudy ones in Sussex as well, where you can see the fields and the sort of the changing sort of weather over the top. I have a feeling that our time-lapse photograph of me in the studio is going to be the dullest one ever. I really do, because actually all I'm doing is sitting in a chair, and it's just going to look like me sitting in a chair.
The best thing to do is to do it over the longest period of time possible, and that's when you'll get the patterns emerging. There are people moving and they're around a lot more if you do it for a longer period of time. If it's just like half an hour or so, then people don't tend to move about so much and it won't be as good.
Right, okay. How long are we going to keep it going for, Amanda, this before we actually start? She's pulled a funny face now. She's thinking about it. I tell you what we'll do is you can rate it later on, Jason. We'll put it on our Facebook page, our particular time-lapse one by the end of the show. But yours is up there for the time being, and yours is fantastic.
Thank you very much.
We love it. So there you are. If you want to see Lewes Bonfires, you've never seen it before, go to our website, the Facebook page, BBC Sussex on Facebook, and you can have a look. And Jason Reeve is the man who captured it all. 7:32, it's BBC Sussex. The headlines now with Simon Jenkins.